What's up? So we're on day 3 of 75 days strong, and I want to continue what I was talking about before, which is VO2 Max. I'm going to do my mass test today and see what I'm at. I'll videotape that later on and show you guys what that looks like. The idea that you want to make sure that you're focusing on today is just doing it. Like, I think the one gap when it comes down to fitness or health or any behavior that you're trying to do, people get into this rut where they think that, well, in order to accomplish this behavior, I'm going to need to have everything perfect. And the idea is that when you say I'm going to do something, not everything is going to be perfect, but you just got to start. And so with habits and behaviors, the biggest thing you can do is just start making the actions towards it. One thing, like, let's say for instance that you're having trouble going to workout, right? You're having trouble waking up in the morning. I'm gonna tell you on the truth. I had my alarm clock set. I did not want to wake up. I was like, I do not feel like waking up. I do not feel like going for a walk. I went for a walk, not because the fact that a walk's gonna change my life in some sort of shape or form, but because it's the discipline of saying I'm gonna do something and do it, and follow through with the fact that I'm gonna do this. So every day I wake up, I'm going for a walk. I'm getting my steps in, I'm going outside, I'm getting fresh air, I'm doing something. I already did my 10-minute reading. I'm gonna work out later on, and I'm getting myself going, right? Because I'm showing myself that I can do hard stuff. I'm taking control over my body and saying, I have control. A lot of times what happens for us is that we tell ourselves that we don't have control, or we lie to ourselves and say, we don't have control. So what ends up happening is that, I'll never be able to start in the gym. Well, yeah, because that's what you're saying to yourself. You're saying that I can never start in the gym. Or I can never quit smoking. Well, yeah, you know what? You can't quit smoking because that's what you're saying to yourself. Like, you're telling yourself what you can and can't do. But now here's the funny thing. If you tell yourself you can't do something, why don't you switch your language and say, I can do something? Boom. You're using the exact same principle that you're utilizing to tell yourself you can't, and you're now telling yourself you can, and then you're following through with the actions. Because the same thing, when you say I can't do something, you follow through with actions. What actions do you follow through when you say I can't do something? You follow through with the same actions you've been taking on yourself for the last how many years that you've been sick and tired of being sick and tired. And now it's time to switch. All you gotta do is just take an action today. All you gotta do is say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. It's one workout. It's 10 minutes. It's 5 minutes. Break it into chunks throughout the day. It doesn't need to be 2 hours in the gym. It doesn't need to be 3 hours in the gym. It needs to be movement. And this is where we're talking about fitness and health, okay? Like, we're talking about fitness and health. Because I want to be very particular. If you're telling me you want to be a bodybuilder or a powerlifter or someone that competes in some sort of event or build muscle, then yes, there's going to need to be certain principles that come with that. But we're just talking about fitness and health and overall getting yourself in better shape. Today's better than yesterday. Today is better than yesterday. Because now today, all you got to do is just do something. And I'm making it that simple because I find I've met with a lot of people throughout the years, and I sit down with people and they tell me they're like, I want to be able to come to the gym 7 days a week. And then I'm like, okay, cool. How are you going to do that? Like, I don't even go to the gym 7 days a week. I have 4 kids and a wife. I'm not heading to the gym for 7 days a week. If I head to the gym 7 days a week, you know what's going to happen with my relationships? They're going to squander. But they're like, oh man, you got to work on yourself. Yeah, there's other things I can do than going to the gym. How about I go for a walk with my kids? I have kettlebells at home. How about I swing those kettlebells? I'm switching my mindset to think that I have to be in a gym. You don't have to be in a gym. I sell personal training. I sell fitness memberships, but I don't actually sell personal training or fitness memberships. I give people what it is that they want. That's what my job and my purpose is. You say you want to be fit, I'm making it very simple for you. It's not by coincidence that you found yourself on my channel listening to this video right now. So, listen, you don't need to go to the gym to be fit. You just need to start. Go for a walk. Go for a walk by the beach. Go to the park. Right? Like, and then if you want to take it more seriously, then we can start talking about taking it more seriously and talk about time boxing and how to actually accomplish going to the gym or going into this different places. But the gym, don't get me wrong, the gym is a great place. The reason why the gym is a great place is because it has the things you need, right? It's all local, it's all there. So if you don't have the things, then yeah, I totally understand why going to the gym would be something you want to do. But you don't need to go, okay? If that's what's stopping you right now from getting started, you don't need to go. Go outside after you're done this video. So press pause right now. Go for a walk and get out there. Okay? If you're living somewhere cold and you're watching this and it's cold, okay, get some warm stuff. Go to their local store, buy some warm clothing, and go outside. And if you're watching somewhere cold, like I don't, or watch somewhere hot, get a treadmill. Start moving. Get stuff in your house to make it easier for you to do it. You don't need to get stuff. You can do a lot of bodyweight stuff, and I'll drop videos like that in terms of bodyweight exercise and things you can do at home. All right, so I'm gonna pause this for now. The next time you guys are gonna see me, I'm gonna be doing my mass test. I'll film that so you guys can see what it is and how it works, and then that's it. See you in a bit. So we're back here, and I'm doing my mass test. In terms of the mass test, the main goal is to look at your watts. So what you're gonna do is you're going to row for 5 minutes straight, and you wanna see how much output you're doing. So the main goal here is to see A, my output, and then B, the other thing I focus on is my heart rate. So I wanna see what my heart rate goes to as I do it. And then from there, I should be able to tell myself I can be able to do this on a regular basis. So what you would do on a regular basis as you're doing it is you would go a 5 minutes on, you go 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off for 8 rounds. And you would utilize the 20 seconds on, you would do at 120% of your watts, and then 20 seconds off, you'll utilize 70% of your watt, and you do 8 rounds of that. So then what you do is you do this for about 4 weeks, and then retest, and then see what your watts are at. So I'm gonna do this about twice a week, and just a minute to monitor that and kind of see where I'm at. So I'm gonna move the camera on another side, and I'm gonna start this up. So we can see what I'm at. I did that for 5 minutes, and my average watts was 95. And in terms of my split, it was 82. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do the math. I'll show you guys the math so you guys can see it. It's really simple. I'll do it on the video so you can see it and kind of get a hang of what you need to do next. So what we got was the medium of 95 watts. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna times it by 120%, which is gonna equal 114 watts. And then for my off time, it's going to be 95 watts times 70%, and that's gonna equal, it's gonna equal 66.5, but I'm gonna round up to 67 watts. So then my breakdown would be 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 8 rounds. So the 20 seconds on for 8 rounds would be 114 watts. And then for 20 seconds off, it'd be 67 watts. And then what I would do is I'd do this for 8 rounds, 2 times a week for 4 weeks, and then retest. And I would want to see my average watt go up. If my average watt goes up, right, that means my cardiorespiratory fitness has gotten and improved. So when it comes down to it, the main thing that you want to focus on is improving your cardiorespiratory fitness. And it doesn't take a lot of time. Like I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to document it. You'll see it. The next video I'm going to put up will be more in terms of what I do for a workout. I'll video that very fast. I mean, in terms of a workout right now, I'm on my off season. I was contemplating training for a powerlifting competition for the summer, but because of my shoulder, I want to continue working on building muscle around the shoulder joint so I can, when I do go into prep, I'll be ready for it. So I'll stick with my original going for the fall, November 2nd at Nationals with the WRPF, and I'm going to skip the WPC event that's happening in the summertime. Just it is what it is. I am getting to be 40. I got to think about my health, my long-term health, and it's bigger. I think about it now as a bigger perspective. One of the biggest things that probably changed when I first started training, like for those of you who don't know, like when I really started training, I was in prison, and I spent 4.5 years incarcerated. And I remember my first, like when I was able to work out, I was working out in a gym, and like, I had a background in training. I worked out, I did a lot of things, but like
where I got a lot of time to work out was while I was incarcerated, and I had workout partners I was working out with, and then I was leading a workout group, and like I got to work out a lot. And I would say that was, at first I was working out to build a routine to pass the days by, and then it was like, and then like I remember being asked like, what are you gonna do when you get out? And my answer was become a personal trainer, run a gym, hire people, bring people in. Like I knew what I wanted to do when I got out. I wanted to help through fitness because fitness has helped me, and I saw it as an avenue or a way to help people based off of, not based off of what I've done in the past, but based off of what I can do for people in the future. Like my knowledge, what I can do, and recognizing that a lot of people have trouble keeping track of this thing. Like I said, my goal is to make this completely simplified for you, right? I'm not expecting anyone to become a powerlifter. Now I do talk about powerlifting on this channel, but my goal is not for you to become a powerlifter or a bodybuilder or anything like that. My goal is that you can be a healthy, vibrant person, right? I am an advocate for health and longevity. That's what I advocate for. So what that looks like for you, like I said, I dropped the McKinsey 23 in that last chat, in our last comments. You can go check it out and you can see what the biomarkers of health are. But one of the biggest biomarkers when it comes to exercise, I'll give you guys a tip if you haven't read it yet, go read that, is when it comes to exercise, it talks about VO2 max and being in the upper echelon of it. So whenever you look at the VO2 max, take a look in terms of, go to worldfitnesslevel.org, check out what your VO2 max is. And if your VO2 max is high and you haven't done anything for it, understand that's just youth. If you're older and your VO2 max is getting lower, or it's average is not good. The average person's overweight, unhealthy, sick. When people ask me, is that average? I say, yeah, but average isn't good. Like we're not aiming for average, because average dies at 70, average dies at 50, average dies at 60, at 50, at some sort of heart complication. Do you want to be average? Or do you want to go above average and make sure that you're not dying from any complications? Just saying, you have control over these things. You have control over these things. So today, if you're watching this video right now, like I said, take it as a sign to start doing something. Like it's very simple for you to really change your life one day at a time, okay? So hopefully that was something that helped you. If you got anything out of this video, please subscribe to the channel. Pass this on to a man that wants to simplify their journey, because that's what I want to do. I want to help men simplify the journey of fitness through just seeing the way, doing it through my lens. And then if you are new to this channel, welcome. Subscribe, hit that notification for when I drop these videos, and leave a comment of any questions that you may have, anything that you might want to talk about, anything you want me to talk about. Like I got 20 years experience in the personal training game. When it comes to health and fitness, I have answers. So I'm here to help. All right, peace.